Alright, so here it is, guys, the JBL Eon 206P personal PA system. And like I said, it's portable, but it's not portable because it's small, but because you can grab it either from the top or you can also grab it from the two sides. Now, it's not very light, but you can still take it with you. Now, let me just show you the two ends. You can see the two ends with the two holes on it for your fingers, so you can pick it up. And as you can see, it looks a lot like a suitcase. Now, to take the speakers off from it, all you got to do is press these buttons on top and the speakers will detach like so. And you can do the same thing on the other side. And once you've done that, then the centerpiece will become your control unit. Now, let's take a little bit more detailed look at this. And the first thing on the left here is channel 1, which is a XLR/quarter-inch combo jack rated at 40 kilo ohms balanced. And above that, we have a switch that will allow you to select whichever input you're planning to use. On top of that, we have a volume knob that will allow you to control the level input for these sources. Above that, we have an on-off switch for the bank of knobs above that. And with these knobs, you'll be able to control your reverb from 0 to 100%, our bass control and treble control. Now, our bass and treble controls are center detent, and they can go from 0 to negative and positive 12 dBs. Now, channel 2 is exactly the same thing as channel 1 with the exact same controls, so I'm not even going to get into too much detail on that. Channel 3 and 4 is a little bit different since it's a stereo input, and you can either use two quarter-inch jacks, which are rated at 20 kilo ohms balanced, or you can use two RCA jacks rated at 5 kilo ohms unbalanced. And this has its own volume knob as well, so you'll be able to control the level of the input of the devices. Channel 5 and 6 is only a 3.5mm mini jack with no controls above it at all, and is rated at 10 kilo ohms unbalanced. Next to that, we have our monitor output. So basically, if you're planning to use additional speakers to this, you can always output your devices, whatever's playing through the speaker. And with this volume knob, you're going to be able to control the level of your output. On the top right side, we have our master volume knob, and with this, you're going to be able to control the level output to your speakers. On top of that, we have a orange LED limit indicator that will start flashing once you're overdriving the speakers. And on top here, we have a blue power indicator LED. On the back panel, there's really not many things going on, but there's a couple of things that we need to mention. On the left side here, we have our right and the left outputs for our speakers, and these are quarter-inch jacks. On the right side, we have our power switch and also the plug for our power cord. The speaker is rated from 100 to 120 volts, 60 Hz, so it's mainly made to be used in the United States. The back panel has holes on it, so it vents the area with all the electronics behind it. And also on the back panel, above all this, we have this indentation with this empty space, and this is here for you to store your cables that came with the speaker. And once you put the speaker on top of all this and you lock it in, this will not go anywhere, so you don't have to worry about carrying your speaker wires with you separately in another bag. Each speaker is rated at 80 watts and it is powered by one 6.5-inch driver. The bass is also enhanced by the two bass reflex ports located on each side of the speaker. On the top, to further enhance the sound, there's a cone-shaped tweeter for the high notes. On the back, there's the handle opening, the JBL logo, and most importantly, the quarter-inch connector that you connect the speaker to the system with. The bottom of the speaker is designed so that it could stand on a flat surface on its own, or you could use the pole mount adapters to mount the speaker on a speaker stand. Now, here are the cables that came included with the system, and these are your quarter-inch plugs, and they are not the best quality wires, so in case you want to replace these, you can just replace them with any better quality cords. And the other thing that came with this is this grounded 120 volt US type plug, as you can see, and the other end of it is just the part that plugs into the speaker with the three holes on it. Alright, so let's set up the system, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to plug in our quarter-inch cables into the connectors on the back here, and you can see they're marked right and left, so just keep that in mind when you're setting up the speakers. And we're also going to plug in our power cord into the back of the unit. But before we power it up, we're going to plug in our cables onto the back of the speakers as well, and now we can power the system up. Alright, so now that we have the JBL set up over here, we're going to run some sound tests on it, and we're going to compare it to the Bose Sound Dock Portable. Now I'm going to record the sound with my Zoom H4n recorder here at the full setting, so it's going to be 96 kHz, 24 bits per second, set exactly the same distance from both speakers, and it's going to record continuously. Now, what I'm going to do here is we're going to use very good quality cables, so I'm going to use Monster cable jacks. I'm going to put it into the RCA input. And let's see how this tests out, and I'm going to play music from my iOS device.